even like I saw like Twitch the other day, Kai Cenat they're doing 7 days
In jail.
in jail.
Which
stream. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how much money they're paying to do that. But
okay, this may be okay about that subject. Okay, don't you find it strange that he's number one, Twitch streamer is doing a 7-day stream in jail?
but it's not even like a 60 days in where you're dealing with the real thing.
Yeah,
Like you can still stream.
Yeah,
And
Why is that your selling point?
yeah.
Is the question.
That's the yeah.
I
know,
watched
as
a little
a-
bit of it. Yeah,
You
but
know?
and I watched it, and I'm like, I like what he's doing in the sense of like motivation people, and like he's doing like little motivations, talking to people and whatever
In what way?
in jail, like saying that like he was doing some type of motivational speech to the guys in jail
Why?
because like they might come out and do better things in life, or this is not your end. Because sometimes when you hear people go to jail,
Right.
that's what they needed to like change their ways. Sometimes just going in jail and saying like I am not going back in there, that's what they need to change. And then when they come, they're like, a lot of people like in the trades I've seen too, like they came from some cases or situations,
Right,
and this is their opportunity. They're gonna take it and do better, and they do.
right.
You know what I mean?
I just find it strange. Like it's just like
That he's doing it
right.
from
yeah.
jail. Why wasn't he doing the motivational stuff outside before
He probably
got in
was
there?
too. That's the thing. I think he was. Damn if the way I see it sometimes when it comes to these type of situations, it's like damn if you do, damn if you don't. Like if you let's say he did like a turkey drive. It's like, why you gave that people turkey? Why you didn't give me turkeys? What type of turkeys are these? They're not big. They're not this. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you can never win sometimes. But I mean, at least you can try. I don't know. I don't know what the purpose is, but I seen it and I'm like, that's quite interesting. And LLE Chop was in there and all that stuff. And then here's the problem. I'm being a hypocrite because I can't say it's a bad thing because I do watch 60 Days In.
Right.
And when I watch those things, I'm like, oh, they're about to get busy on here. They don't get super busy, but like that man took that guy's snacks and he wants his snacks back. They gotta go into the jail cell and start fighting. Is this how it really goes down? You know what I mean?
Like okay. Is it like an educational thing he's doing, like as a layer, like one layer? Or?
Maybe it's to show that hey, this is why you should not be in there. But
As
I
a
mean,
PSA.
yeah. But at the same time,
Image is important. Like when you have
Yeah.
when you have an image like that, it's like why is the number one streamer doing that though?
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
everybody has their own purpose, and I think
Like,
just
he
maybe
doesn't have to do that.
he doesn't have to, but like some people just do it to show the impact, I guess. Like I'm not like caping, I don't know what they do, but like
Right.
it's interesting to see that people like, hey, you took the step to do it, that's fine. You're like, I don't know. It's interesting to see though.
Why couldn't he just be a surgeon for a week?
See, and when you start saying things out loud, then you start to thinking, and when you
A
start to
surgeon
thinking,
for a week,
Yeah.
but like that's not something you just get into.
So you
Wait,
you just get into jail? Like,
Well, I mean, if you think about the system, wait, hold on. Do you see what I'm saying? No, but hold on. Time out. Scoop. Time out.
oh, what y'all talk about, man?
Hold on. Surgeon is like, no, not everybody can just walk in the table and just do surgery.
Which, speaking of which, in Toronto, we need way more family doctors and doctors in general. That's
No, we need doctors that are available.
Yes, that too. Yeah.
trust me.
So how many doctors coming in like I remember back in the day, I used to go to the doctor and he was there.
He was actually.
He was there. No, you gotta set an appointment for a doctor. I'm like 2 weeks time. You're like, wait, I'm gonna die.
Right, yeah.
I can die. And then I'm gonna go to emergency. And then you wanna get mad if someone goes into a walk-in.
Which they've been pulling those back. Like walk-ins, they just.
But there's some wicked walk-ins that like, yo, I found a walk-in the other day that you could do everything in there. Your x-ray, your scanning, all in one place. And you wanna get mad because you're telling me to take an exam and testing and screening and all that stuff 3 weeks and you gotta send me a referral?
Sounds like privatization versus public, but
But the walk-in had everything. And you're telling me if you
But did
do
you have
this-
to pay for the walk-in?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a proper place. Everything is there.
Right.
And these guys are giving me the runaround. The doctors, like, I don't understand. Like, why is that a thing? Like, why is that, like, it has to make some type of sense.
Right.
Is it because the doctors has to bounce around to do doctor work everywhere? And that's the case. Why?
Shortage.
What about the people that come abroad and they're working in a warehouse and they have a doctor's degree? Isn't there a way that they could come here for a year, show their stuff?
Yeah,
Not unlike people, but like, you never know. I feel like there's some people that learn and know a lot.
they have to do an examination
Examination, yeah.
And why is that so hard for them to get into?
because you have to pay for it.
That's not okay. If you did the, but I guess the quality and standards and
Yeah.
practices and all that stuff.
You're in
and,
a different space.
I don't know if, and sometimes I wonder. I don't know if you want to help me. I feel you just want to give me a pill.
Yo, so Z said that earlier today.
And I think, guys, you got to start being healthy. Because I read some the other days that, hey, these doctors nowadays are cheating on their tests.
That's
And they're going to be the future doctors.
And they've also been saying that a lot of doctors are being bought out from pharmacists for like pharmaceutical drugs. So they're just fulfilling the quotas of buying a drug.
Look how they flipped the script on Ozempic. Ozempic was made for like people with diabetes, and they said weight loss thing.
AKA the bobbleheads. Please get off those.
No,
those are dangerous, yo.
I don't know how dangerous they are, but I just
They're
know.
like
I know you can't do surgery if you took it at a certain time. You can't do any type of surgery, or you can't do a surgery like 3 or 2 months because they like, I don't know.
Really?
shock your
Wow.
body.
I know it holds in your what you eat for a while. Mm-hmm.
It cuts your appetite.
It cuts your appetite, yeah, but it cuts it in a way where it just makes your appetite. It makes things taste gross.
Yeah, I heard if you eat fried chicken, you'll get like explosive diarrhea.
Yeah, because it's like any favorite food.
I felt like that's racist.
That
That is racist.
wow.
That is racist. You're telling me I take an Ozempic and I eat like a nice chicken? Oh! Oh! Them type of washroom when your goosebumps on your them type. Woo! Nah, I don't think that's okay.
Yeah, it's so wrong. Why would you even say that when black people don't eat fried chicken?
Oh, I forgot. Jeez.
Because
Whoops.
okay.
Oh, golly.
Yeah.
Oh, who am I to say that,
Yeah.
man? Sorry for following with a stereotype.
You brought up a
guys.
good point. Just to bring it back to Kai, like before we do our segment, like like a 7-day, like, oh, let's do a hospital mock-up thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like why not that? Or a classroom. Or a farm. You could have been in a farm for 7
It's a little
days.
too close to slavery still.
A farm
Whoa.
I feel like
with
it's
agriculture.
You see what I'm saying?
I see it.
Like, yes,
I see it.
I would love to do farming. teach people how to farm,
but this isn't giving you pipeline.
But at the same time, at the U.S., but ooh, you may be right on something. This is a sound. But at the same time,
Hold on.
in the U.S., I don't think they want people to learn how to plant their own crops.
And that's the point.
What do you think chemtrails are made for?
Why wouldn't why wouldn't he be the best representation to be on a farm for agriculture?
That's not what we don't want you guys to grow anything. It's a weed.
That's wild.
Except, and you can't even control that.
Right?
You can't even control that.
That seems weird to me.
It is weird.
But a jail cell? Being
Now, see-
an inmate?
But there has to be
Now
a
that I'm
reason.
questioning it more, I'm like,
There
that's
has
a little.
to be a reason, man.
Weird.
It's a little.
It is rough. Because sometimes it looks entertaining in there.
You see.
And that is scary.
But then that's the part where I'm saying, so
That is scary.
if that seems entertaining to be in jail, doesn't that sound like propaganda for pipeline?
Well, for these younger youths, I don't want to be to jail. I don't want to go to jail.
But that's
I know
what I'm
jail is.
saying. But younger people don't know better. It's their impression.
And these younger kids are really, you know what?
What doesn't the farm look a little bit better now?
Or
Yes.
or surgeon.
Or a surgeon?
Don't put people in the surgeon so early. You want to see like
I want to see a young
trade.
cops
Put him in a
screaming.
trade. Trade.
Okay,
cool.
Trade. That's blessed. Okay, trade.
Yeah.
Something that it's a skill that you can learn in the time.
Why not a surgeon?
Because you can't just have a streamer doing open heart surgery or doing any type of surgery.
But we don't know what his
but
medical
it's like-
background and profession is.
No. It's like
You know what?
It's like a mock-up. It's not really.
Yeah.
Okay, so like fake operation type
It's, no,
thing.
it's not a real thing.
Okay, that's fine.
But
If he had the dummies there and he had to learn how to get into the intestines and whatever, yeah, why not?
But because you see the image on TV, which is why image is important.
It is.
If you're looking at someone doing like the number one streamer doing surgery, then it's an influence thing. Influence, yes.
Yeah, because a lot of people are like, hey, I can learn, go to medical school.
Yeah.
And if they have a lot of black people in medical school, woo,
Which is a lot. There's a lot. For those who don't know, there's a lot in the States.
there's a lot. But like if there's like a influx, they're not gonna, hey.
Or what, like you said, construction workers, tradesmen, or like you said, farming.
Farmer, agriculture.
The jail thing's weird still.
It's weird.
It's a little
You
weird
have a point.
still.
You have a point. I just watched it and I didn't watch it, but I looked at them like, oh, that's interesting. But the one part I saw was them. He was like talking to the guys in there, motivating and doing like this motivational conversation. But I understand,
what the content
and that's the thing. It's kind of now you guys make me think because I've seen people do that, but not in the jail suit.
Exactly.
But then at the same time, they can be looking at you like you ain't doing time with me. So who am I to relate to you when you're out here? You get to leave after this. But at the same time, they get to leave after. You know what? It's a very double-edged sword, I'll say.
Let us know in the comments about that. That's a very.
I'm staying on my stance.
Can I tell you?
You know what? And I agree with your stance.
Because in the top 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5 wouldn't do anything like that.
Yeah.
I could put
And who is top 2, 3,
says who?
or
Says
4,
who?
5?
and a jail thing. I don't know, man. Hold on.
Some of these people are worse.
You're a top influencer.
Some of these guys are doing worse.
So what would be the worst?
That's true.
Some of these people are doing worse. They're going in jail. They're neo-Naziing them something there and all them.
Actual sex.
Like
this-
some.
That's not harming nobody.
No. Well, because of the audience range, they can't just do that still.